Hello and welcome back to my show. I hope you're well. Now let's get to the news. USA Today announced that Joe Biden's address, he mentioned that they're cracking down on white supremacy terrorism is what they call it. Joe Biden said we won't ignore what our intelligence agencies have determined to be the most lethal terrorist threat to our homeland today. White supremacy is terrorism. Schiff responded back. He said, we're going to get down to this. DHS and FBI, we got the note, the memo. Schiff responded, it does affect the work of our committee. Certainly, I think all the domestic agencies with a portfolio with domestic terrorism have to prioritize it, like the FBI and DHS. We have a responsibility of overseeing the intelligence component of what we were already doing in investigation last year into politicization of intelligence at DHS, where one whistleblower he said the following. He alleges that instructions were being given essentially to downplay the seriousness of the domestic terror committed by white nationalists and hype the threat of Antifa. We can't ignore that because of political sensitivity. He went on to say some of the folks are part of the Trump base. And on that note, we want to mention that President Biden did his State of the Union address, I believe, and Summit News headline, 34 million fewer people watched Biden's speech compared to Trump's State of the Union address, his first one. The ratings show that 11.6 million viewers tuned in to watch Biden, while compared to 45.6 million who watched Trump. Other news, Just News, headlined Stanford doctor who said that it's too late for CDC to come out and say that all people who are vaccinated can go out in the public maskless. He says they're 12 to 14 months too late. People are petrified. They're phobic of going out now. So the headline says, Stanford professor says CDC has sown fear and panic, paved the way for institutionalization of hypochondria. And he said the following. He said that there have been very little evidence of outdoor transmission of the disease to begin with. His name is Bhattacharya. I'm sorry if I butchered it. He also said that the public health authorities, including the CDC, have generated an enormous amount of fear and panic around the disease. On to the other news, the Office of the New York State Comptroller has said that tourism in New York was down by 75% due to COVID. They said the Office State Comptroller estimates the tourism industry's economic impact dropping by 75% in 2020 due to COVID. Other things in the news, CNBC headline, job growth could surpass 1 million in April, hiring boom as economy roars back. Jefferies economists predict or forecast 2.1 million jobs in April alone. Now, keep in mind that we have had 579,000 unemployment claims filed just last week. And with the stimulus and the unemployment benefits, where people are getting paid more to sit down, well, that's not good news for anybody because that's less product and services for us, including that employee who decided not to go back to work. And what does that mean? That means inflation in the marketplace. And if they wanted a job to go to, potentially, there's no job to go to, right? So those establishments, those businesses who we go and we buy products and services from, if they don't have the workers, they're going to have to hire or raise the prices to compensate for those losses of workers, right? Okay, let's go to the market now. Bitcoin is down 52,000. Ethereum's back up to 2,700. Gold today is 1768. Silver 2624. Crude oil prices are at 64.94. But the author of SeeItMarket.com, his name is Chris Kimball. He says that inflationists, red flag warning, that if you want to know if inflation prices are going to go sky off the roof, take a look at inflation. Crude oil prices. Crude oil prices will be the driving force for inflation, he says. Unemployment has been there's been high unemployment in 40 states, but I'm going to zoom, that's from March 2020 to March 2021. I'm only going to zoom into a few states where there is more than 3.6% higher unemployment. And those are California at 8.3%, New York 8.5%, New Jersey 7.7%, Connecticut 8.3%, Hawaii 9.0%, Nevada 8.1%. And I want to go back to the unemployment. And they're thinking about introducing UBI, Universal Basic Income. What would that mean? I spoke yesterday about how men, all of us, we need purpose, right? So if they don't have a job to go back to, it's about economics, politics, having correlation with relationships, nuclear family, birth rate. It's like a trickle-down domino effect. One thing affects the other, and before you know it, like we have now, birth rates are down by 13.5%. This is as of January 2021, and marriage rates are down by 6.1%. And COVID is not helping, neither will UBI. When people don't have jobs to go back to, for example, or UBI gets implemented, that's going to create more divorce rates, less likely for people to get into relationships, marriage, and start a family, right? Because it'll be like the woman already, we learned from my video yesterday that women look for someone who makes 58% more income than they do. Now, if they go to UBI, that ain't going to happen. They're going to continue to look for the top 20% income earners. And when there is none, or they're few and far between, they're going to have to lower their standards. That's right. Yes. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Okay. That's all the news I have for you. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, because I learned a few things here too. And thanks for supporting. And I look forward to bringing you new content tomorrow, hopefully. So be blessed, be safe, and bless your hearts. Thank you for watching again. Bye.